Discussion. We're about to talk about something that's, we say it's controversial, or however you guys want to call it. So this is about WWE crossing paths on the same event with AEW's Fight for Fallen. So let's roll with it. Alright, as you all know, Fight for the Fallen, it's a charity event for the victims of gun violence, which is a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Of course, it's people are not hyped that much, but I get down with it. For guys like them to do something very charitable.
Oh, yeah.
It breaks my heart when I hear these people get gunned down in gun violence. It breaks my heart. It happens anywhere, like in schools or malls or any location. And I have to say, W is now stepping up, saying we want to do something positive for the community. See what we can do for the fans who want to help, try to donate stuff for people like this. I have to say, I love what they're going with it. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But the one thing that right now gets me upset right now, what happened, this recent news a couple of days ago, WWE has announced that they're going to showcase an event by Evolve, one of the independent promotions that they're in league with.
Right.
And this is part of their 10-year anniversary. Now, I don't know if this is a coincidence or this is something that was done intentionally. This event will take place as the same day at Fight for the Fallen. What do you think? Is this something they're trying to outdo them, or you find it disrespectful of that?
I see it as, well, did they like you said, did they plan on the 10-year anniversary to be day of? Like the same exact day that it falls on?
I don't know exactly, because I had to hear this from Destination Pro Wrestling, another group, and of course he's upset about it too.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember this. WWE has considered AEW as competition.
Okay.
There's no denying they have admitted that to themselves. AEW has never said anything to any news. Like people have asked them, "Are you competing against WWE?" And they all said, "No, we're not competing with them." They're always claiming they are an alternative wrestling promotion.
Yeah.
And they have said that countless times, But the one thing that I know WWE has been dealing with low ratings, talent, they want to leave their promotion, fans are unsatisfied with their product,
Unsubscribing.
Yeah, and that's the thing I understand. But to me, I don't know if this is something that Vince is trying to do, trying to find a way to convince fans, like saying, "Oh, forget about this event. We got the best one,"
Right.
I know Vince have tried for years to convince fans out there, no, this promotion doesn't have good talent. Come on, we've seen wrestlers with great talent in those promotions.
Right.
We've seen that with New Japan. We've seen that with Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. We've seen that in any promotion that's well known throughout the wrestling world. But for them to do this during Fight for the Fallen, that's like a low blow to me.
Yeah.
This is not an event like it's like hyped, but it's for a good cause.
Right.
Because to me it's this. When was the last time you seen WWE involved doing a charity event for victims for gun violence?
No, they don't really look at the gun violence part, but they do have other charities.
I know they're involved with the USO shows they do for the military.
Make-A-Wish.
Make-A-Wish. Those are two of the foundations. We know they have been involved, but I never seen them.
The the breast cancer one.
Oh yeah, that too. But we never seen them involved with things like gun violence before.
No.
You know, like try to make a charity event for those people. You know, but AEW is stepping up a different direction than these guys. You know, what I mean, they don't need to copy WWE what they're doing. Like, find a good charitable cause that means something. You know, and I think this is one that has people talked about for a long time. You know, like this is a good charity to talk about because you don't see WWE touching the subject.
No.
You know, I mean, I'm not being all political on this one. I'm just saying what the facts are.
Yeah.
You know, would you agree with me on that?
Yeah. Like, the whole thing with booking on the same day, would it be coincidental? Maybe. Well, we don't really know.
I mean, I don't think I told you this, and I kind of forgot about it. Kenny tweeted about this. He called this that they're using their blood money for something like this.
Oh.
You know, that makes him sick to his stomach, and he deleted that tweet. You know, and many fans are behind him. You know, they understand where he's thinking about, you know? I mean, look, I know AEW can get pissed off about it, but they want to be the bigger people here.
Right.
You know, and I think Kenny realized that him talking like that was beneath him.
Yes.
But I think he felt, you know, that he should not have talked to something like this. But here's the thing. I know WWE, like I said, has been losing ratings for who knows how long. Do you think this is like a good plan, or this is something that Vince thought, you know, we got to make sure fans don't pay attention to Fight for the Fallen?
I don't think it's a good plan. It's a good way to shoot yourself in the foot. Like this is like on par with Seth Rollins talking out of pocket online.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah. And not only that, but here's also an interesting thing. Recently, Chris Jericho announced that Fight for the Fallen is a free streaming event.
Yeah.
You know, with the WWE Network, you just got to subscribe to it. You know, like I don't know how much you have to pay for it. Like, what? How much you think? Like, do you know this is the amount to subscribe to the WWE Network?
For which one?
You know how much you have to pay for WWE Network to subscribe?
For WWE?
Yeah.
Oh, it's only $9.99.
Similar as New Japan World.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean
9.99 yens.
So basically, I don't know if they think this is a better way to get more attention to fans.
Didn't Jericho also announce that he's pulling out of Fight for the Fallen?
No, that's Fyter Fest.
Fyter Fest, yeah.
Originally, what happened is with the Fyter Fest event, Kenny made an announcement because it was he who announced it, saying that it was going to be streaming free for people.
Right.
But Fight for the Fallen, now he decided, we're going to stream it free. You know, I don't know exactly if it's a work or whatever, you know. But, I mean, let's think back of this with those two events, Fight for the Fallen and Fyter Fest. These are not two of the biggest promotions, but Fyter Fest is a collaboration with CEO Gaming.
Right.
Which, right now, they're still trying to get more fans to appreciate AEW. You know, try to get to know them more. Try to get to know who they got in their roster. Fight for the Fallen, it's more of a charity event that's also free to watch. You know, because they want to do a good cause for the victims of gun violence. You know, which is something, a good and positive for them to do. You know, All Out, that's one of the biggest promotions because it takes place back to where it all began for them with All In. So, All Out is one of the bigger pay-per-view events that I have to look at, you know. I mean, I know people were not hyped with the Fyter Fest and Fight for Fallen, but I think they're hyped with the card, what they're going to go with. You know, so far with the Fight for the Fallen card, they have Kenny versus Shima. The Bucks versus Cody and Dustin for those matches. I'm still trying to... I don't know what other matches they put in for Fight for the Fallen, but I hope it's a good one. You know, but... And back to WWE with... Here's the thing, I don't have nothing against Evolve.
Right.
I have seen many of their shows before, I mean, online. But I understand that they want to celebrate something memorable of their history, their accomplishments they've done. But I think, to me, I don't know if WWE did this intentionally because since they're in league with them. Because I know Vince is trying to find a way to have fans stop watching, not to pay attention with AEW. Like, they want to be the top banana in the pro wrestling business, And that, to me, it's like you don't need to prove it,
Right.
You just got to have a good, credible product, which is something Sean Spears mentioned. You have to have a credible product. If you don't have that, then why are you here in the business? But I have seen tweets from fans how they felt about this. They're not happy with this. They're saying they side with AEW on this one because they're doing something for a good cause. I mean, look, if I was Evolve, I would definitely talk to Vince saying, look, I don't want to piss off any more fans who are...
Yeah.
If he was aware that he has fans who are watching Evolve that are watching AEW as well, they don't want to piss them off or lose their fan base over this. If I was Evolve, I'd say, look, let's just switch it at another day.
It's gonna have similar negative effects that the Saudi Arabia shows did.
Oh yeah, that's the last thing they would want because I know that Saudi Arabia want to pull out of their deal with them. That's what I heard because of what happened at the Super Showdown was a disaster.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing Evolve would want.
Right.
Because like Sean Spears says, you have to have a credible product. Now Evolve, if you're not familiarized with them, many of their NXT stars and 205 Live stars came from Evolve. And the last thing I would want is for those guys to feel bad for Evolve because this is the brand that got them in the business in the first place. I mean, Matt Riddle was in that promotion before.
Shit, I wouldn't have known about Walter if it wasn't for Evolve.
Yeah. And that's the thing. If I was Evolve, I would pay attention to what's going on with the wrestling fan base. Because I know the last thing you would want is to piss off a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
But the one thing you should also be concerned is your association with WWE. Because what if this bites them in the butt, Yeah. And that's the last thing they want. Because imagine if people don't watch this event, that would definitely suck on their part.
Oh, yeah.
And if I were them, don't blame it on AEW.
No.
Blame it on WWE that they're trying to take this way too serious with them. And I talked to you about this before. Like, does WWE need to be worried about AEW? No.
No.
The problem is with WWE, the way I see it, they should be worried about what's going on in their internal house.
Right.
If Vince is not paying attention, look, you got fans unsatisfied with your product. They stop subscribing to your network, turn off the TVs. He's not paying attention on that. You got talent that are not happy with their positions there. They want out, and they're like saying, we're going to this company because they have the much better offer than them. Like, it doesn't matter about the money that they worry. So if I was WWE, worry about your own house.
Yeah.
I mean, AEW, they don't need to worry about WWE.
No.
They're worried about themselves. Like, look what happened with Pac. That was a situation that shocked them. But they actually did everything in their power to fix it, Like, not saying, like, replace Pac, but try to find a way to adjust it. That's something that WWE should take a page. Worry about your own house. Because if you don't, then you're screwed.
Most definitely. Things aren't looking very good for WWE this year.
Well, right now, the whole thing with Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff, that's another situation, but we'll talk about that in another discussion at a later time. But to me, for them to make schedule an event on the same day as Spider Fest, which Fight for the Fallen,
right,
it's a low blow, because they should respect what they're doing, which is a good charity cause, and to me, it's disrespectful, and I know fans would agree with me. I know many wrestling fans would agree with that too. You know, including the ones that are already aware of it too. You know, but yeah. So we'll find out more about this one, about if Evolve or what's Evolve's reaction to this, because I know they're hyped for this 10-year anniversary. But if like I said, if I were them, I would be worried about the backlash, or the fallback that happens. You know, but we'll keep tabs on what's going to happen with Evolve, what's their reaction to this. But I hope some things can work out on their part. So right now, this is the end of this discussion. So if you guys would like to leave a comment down below on this current situation, feel free. I'll try to respond, and I'll send a message to Nico about this on text, see what he says on his part. So we must see you guys later. So adieu, goodbye, and good night.